right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw in the Chick-fil-A studios. It is already Monday, November 21st. This month is about done. It's the last show before the end of this month, so let's just rock and roll right into this. Ladies, thank you so much for coming. If you wouldn't mind, for those that don't know you, please introduce yourselves and let them know who you are here with.
So my name is Samantha Marshall, and I am the accounting manager at Atzenhofer Velocity Powersports. I just recently started doing the marketing, so if anything looks kind of crazy, well, it's probably a little crazy.
See, I was giving that. I thought awesome is what I saw.
I feel like it's a little overboard right now. Just trying to hit on a bunch of stuff, but just right out the gate, just trying to push this event. So
you're doing a great job. And young lady?
I'm Shelby Coleman. I'm with Hope Child Texas, the Child Advocacy Center here in Victoria. I kind of have several different titles. I do the education and outreach for the community and the schools, businesses. I'm one of the therapists, and then I also am the clinical team manager.
Wow.
For the therapists.
I was going to say, that's quite a few that are hats here. Wow. And that doesn't even have much to do with this thing. Right? This is another hat. So well done. I can already tell both of you work a lot. So that's
and pregnant.
Yes.
You're pregnant? I'm sorry, we were laughing at that off camera. Y'all heard another joke, but that was really well played by me, just throwing that out there. All right, so we are not here for your pregnancy today, although congratulations. We are all very excited because you looked a little pregnant when you walked in the door. And so I'm glad we got that out of the way. But on that note, we are here for Oh What Fun. Tell me all about this thing, the third annual.
Yes, so we put this on just to benefit the kids around our community. There's so many that are in need and need help and need some guidance, and so we just try to push so we can raise some money to help keep them in business. And also for Toys for Tots, we are going to have some boxes set up. Last year I know that we had them set up in our Can-Ams and our side-by-sides, so that it was kind of a fun thing. We could drive around, everybody just kind of put their toys in there. We were overflowing last year, which was absolutely amazing. So this year we are having our Santa come, and he will be there from 10 until 1. So make sure you bring your kids, bring lots of cameras, lots of film. And then we also are doing a car and truck show. High Pro has been gracious enough to donate a inflatable RC racetrack. Have you ever seen that?
No, I have not, but that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
An inflatable
really cool.
Yes.
And so the kids can go, and you don't have to worry about them wrecking or running off into the road or anything like that. So it's really neat, which we're very thankful for that.
What age group is that aimed at? Just curious. Do you happen to know off the top of your head?
I think even adults do it.
So that's kind of where I was going.
Yeah.
All right.
So
perfect.
Anybody that has the remote control, like my husband has some, any of them, you can bring them and play and have a good time. You don't have to worry about them crashing or someone running over them.
I'm an outside the lines kind of guy, just immediately, so that works for me.
And they are not cheap.
They are not
cheap.
I haven't bought one in about 15 years. Mine's kind of old. So yeah.
So we're also going to have a jump house for the kids. We're going to have lots of food, lots of drinks. What else are we going to face painting? What else are we going to have? I'm trying to think.
I just go straight to the food. So I'm already at the chili cook.
Food is talk to me. Yes. Food is important. Yes, I'm with you. You had me at food.
Yes.
And so that's while we have all these things, because like you said, I'm going to borrow your cheat sheet here, but eat, shop, play. You guys have a ton of stuff going on, but I guess what's most exciting is, like you said, is what this benefits, and it's the children in our community. I see on here, the Hope Child Texas, Toys for Tots, and I see all these Velocity's always been great. We get to bring our straw up there when it's cold to help the animals. They let us distribute from that point. Limitless is always out volunteering and giving back. Crossroads Cruisers Car Club, those guys are everywhere. Always serving the community and always giving back. And so this is just a wonderful event, and like we said, it's the third annual. What do you guys need the most right now heading into this that the community can provide? Do you all need sponsorship still? Do you need donations? What is your greatest need at this point?
We need chili cook-off teams.
Chili cook-off teams.
Yes, right now we only have 3.
Okay.
So we need some people to come out and just have a good time. I mean, it's not, Master Chef or anything, but we just want you to come.
They've been sitting on their grandma's secret recipe. Now's the time to share it.
Yes, so come out, and it's also for kids, so the adults can do it, or if the kids want to try, they can do it as well. But we definitely need some more chili cook-off
Outstanding,
entries, for
outstanding. Well, this event one more time is Saturday, December 3rd, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Velocity Powersports, 2604 North Navarro.
Yes.
What am I forgetting, ladies, that we need to punch out on this?
So the main thing I want to say is, first off, we cannot thank our sponsors enough who have donated, who have graciously, given things to us to be able to use for the event. It's just amazing to see our community come together. Makes you very proud. And then also we are going to have the 93.3 The Wolf out there from 10 to 12, so that's kind of always a fun thing.
Got it.
We have a great silent auction, tons of items. We have Waterloo donated some rods. We have some cakes that we are doing for the silent auction, all kinds of fun, neat stuff. So please come bid, come out and join, support the kids.
Outstanding. Well, if I'm not forgetting anything, ladies, thank you so much. I know we went fast and furious through this, but I appreciate you. This is a really cool event. I know my wife's been excited for this one, and she just greatly appreciates what all you organizations and businesses do, because it's the more you all work together, the better it seems to be. And so I appreciate that there's so many different people working hard to make this happen. It's a great job. Anything before I let you go?
No, I think we're good.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on being pregnant. That's a big deal. Happy for you. Ladies, great job, though. This is hard work, and we appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you out there. Let's take a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you. I love the taste of the holidays, especially when I'm sipping on Chick-fil-A Victoria's seasonal peppermint chip shake. It's so festive and made with my favorite Chick-fil-A ice cream and chips of peppermint bark, topped off with whipped cream and a cherry on top. And when I'm in the mood for a warm-up, I order a cup full of cozy chicken tortilla soup. It's hearty, spicy, and creamy. These holiday menu items are just like winter in 2 cups. Don't forget, they're only available for a limited time. Good thing I already ordered mine on my Chick-fil-A app through team member delivery.
What's up, guys? John from the Chop Block. Wanted to come out today and give you a couple quick and easy dinner ideas. All you gotta do is swing by the Chop Block. We'll get you fixed up with wings that are already marinated or seasoning. All you need is an air fryer, and we got the sides. Get your air fryer set at 350 degrees. Grab your wings, dump them in your tray, spread them out so that air can get all around all of them and cook evenly. 350, 10 minutes. Flip them, 10 minutes. Dinner's ready. Just like that, 20 minutes later, voila. Ha ha. Know what you're doing for Thanksgiving? I know I do. Prime rib and tenderloin. Swing by the Chop Block today. We'll get you fixed up. Turkeys, hams, prime rib, tenderloin, strip loins, pork or crown pork roasts, and sides.
Awesome. Looks like my Chick-fil-A delivery has arrived.
Order for Caleb?
Yes,
There you
ma'am.
go, a peppermint shake and your tortilla soup.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
Guys, I'm gonna dig into this, but don't forget this is only available for a limited time, so get yours ordered today. All right, guys, welcome back to the Chick-fil-A studios. We've got our next guest in here. We've had him before. We're excited to have him again, but in case you missed the last time he was here, my friend, please introduce yourselves and let them introduce yourself and let them know who you're here with.
I'm Buck Moore. I'm the executive director of the Victoria Bach Festival.
Outstanding. And you guys got a busy couple weeks coming up here. Lots of stuff going on. First off, we appreciate what you guys do in the community, bringing the arts and helping us enjoy the arts. Thank you. I keep saying it every show, but the older I get, the more cultured I'm getting, and the more I'm appreciating the arts, and I'm having fun, and I get to meet all you awesome people that share all this with me, and so thank you, thank you, thank you. But on that note, let's talk about this. The Victoria Bach Festival, you guys do a lot in the community, and you have these 2 events coming up on Thursday, December 1st, and Friday, December 2nd. Let's talk about the first one on Thursday, December 1st. I'm going to try to say it before I throw it. I just asked you how to do this. Conspirare Christmas. What was it?
Conspirare.
See, I told you Conspirare. I told you I'd butcher that.
Yeah.
What is that event? Tell me all about it.
So we're hosting Conspirare. Conspirare is a professional choir out of Austin. We've had them many years, and it's kind of a holiday tradition for Victoria. Their conductor, Craig Hella Johnson, was actually the Victoria Bach Festival executive director for almost 25 years.
Oh, wow.
So we have a great relationship with Craig and the choir, and it's a great way to kick off the holiday season. Very family-friendly concert. Do traditional favorites, they'll do popular favorites, they'll do some original works. But it's a great concert. Conspirari is actually a Grammy-winning organization. They have won Grammys before, been nominated several times for Grammys. So they are at the top of their game with some incredibly skilled musicians and vocalists in their group. So we're excited to have them back.
And that's what I was going to ask is, and forgive my ignorance, is it a combination of, you know, instruments and singing, or what exactly is
This will be primarily vocalists.
Okay.
They'll bring a little combo band with them, but it's primarily focused on the choir.
Wow.
And the vocalist. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's Thursday, December 1st. How can people, if they want to get tickets to that, if they want to go to that, how can they do so?
So we direct them to our website, which is victoriabachfestival.org. Tickets are on sale now. We have student ticket prices available for our students. And then there's 3 different ticket levels depending on where you sit in the hall.
Gotcha. And then you guys not even taking a break or catching your breath there, and you're going right the next day into Christmas on the Square. Tell me about that.
So we're super excited. This kind of was a last minute endeavor for us, but we're hosting Hill Country Brass, which is a brass quintet out of Austin. Going to come in and brass music and stuff like that is kind of synonymous with the holidays. So they'll be playing all of our holiday favorites on the main stage from 7 until 9. Free concert, free time out there with the tree lighting and all the other activities that are going that night. So we're just trying to add a little bit of festive flair to the event and have our friends come in and play for us for a little while.
And you said quartet. Do you happen to know which 3 instruments off the top of your head? I only ask because in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, one of those, I played trombone.
There you go.
So I'm partial to it,
Well,
even though.
you're in luck. There's 2 trumpets, a trombone, a baritone, and a French horn.
You know, a trombone is one of those I'd love to hear again as an adult, because I had a love-hate relationship with it as a kid. You know, I thought it looked so cool, and I was like, I can do this, you know?
Yeah.
And then I found out, no, I can't. Like, I'm terrible at this. I don't have any rhythm or anything, but I cheated because the guy next to me, I found out if I could just keep my lips inflated and watch what he was doing out of the side of my eye, I was about a quarter of a beat behind, but I was right there with him, and so but I've always, ever since then, I've had an appreciation for. I love brass instruments. I love all instruments, but brass particularly. I think you guys nailed it for Christmas on the Square. Well done. So let me loop back around real quick now that we got these both out real fast. Conspirari.
There you go.
Did I get it?
There you go.
Conspirari. Is there anything you guys, other than buying tickets, is there anything you need right now for that? Or anything other than just show up, support it, buy tickets? Or do you guys need anything else from the community on that?
We are looking for corporate sponsors or concert sponsors. So if anybody's interested, they can give us a call at the office and we'll be happy to give them more information on that. But this is just kind of our gift back to the community, help kick off the holiday season in a very festive way. So we just want people to come and enjoy a great evening of fantastic music.
And I know you guys aren't asking for it today, but community sponsorship and support of you all is very important to your very existence, correct?
Absolutely. We depend on our community support, which our community supports us fantastically. So we're grateful for all of the support that we get from the community. And it's just a way for us, as you said, to bring some culture into South Texas. We have so many supporters within our community who love what we do. We just want to get the word out a little bit further, and it's not just classical music. We do all styles of music. We focus on classical music, but we also offer a variety of different styles of music in all the events that we do. So there really is something for everyone out there.
That's really neat. I've only been doing this event show for a couple years now, but it feels like even in that amount of time that you guys just seem to be getting bigger in the sense of like what you're giving back to the community, and it's noticed and it's appreciated.
Yeah, well, thank you. We are trying, and just as a way again of saying thank you to our community for all the support they give us. We want to give back to the community, educate our youth, try to get into the schools and do some things with our kids and stuff like that. So just foster that love of music and that growth of music from a very young age is very important to us.
Well, I'm excited because I think you guys, your hard work is paying off, because again, in just the short amount of time I've been doing this, it feels like the arts and all of that is growing here in Victoria. And I know you guys started strong, but it feels like you're only getting stronger. And so congratulations on that. And thank you again for bringing that to the community. Conspirare Christmas, Thursday, December 1st, and then right back the next day for Christmas on the Square. You want to make sure Friday, December 2nd, that you check that out. Conspirare Christmas. That is at the Victoria Fine Arts Center at 7:30.
Yes.
Good deal. Anything I'm forgetting? I want to make sure that we get out there.
We just hope folks will come out, and again, just with this cold weather, it's kind of been great to kind of get into the spirit. But we hope that this will just kind of kick off their holiday event with their family and begin the holiday season with a bang. Yes,
sir. Well, we know you guys will have a great turnout. Thank you again for what you do. Guys, let's take a quick break and be right back with our next guest. All right, guys, welcome back. We are with another guest today, Stack Show, like I said. This one, you just be prepared to see them on this show every year about this time because they're doing something pretty cool here. But I will let you introduce your own thing. For those that don't know you, my brother, please introduce yourself and let them know who you were here with.
Okay, my name is Warren Udd. I'm with the Victoria Area Road Runners Association. That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
And I'm the treasurer right now. And we're doing a turkey trot on Thanksgiving Day, and that's why I'm here.
Now, why should somebody come out on Thanksgiving and put themselves through a 5K? We talked a little bit about this off camera, but why should somebody do that on Thanksgiving?
Well, it's a fun thing to do. The turkey trot all around the country is an event that a lot of people participate in. You're out of your element because you're visiting family or other things, and so it's just a fun way to get going for the day.
That was a good answer and very, very true. I kind of set you up on that one because I didn't tell you it was coming, but these turkey trots, I think they're really cool and they're a unique event because it's Thanksgiving. I would argue that the last thing a lot of people think about is going and running a 5K. They're thinking about eating a lot of turkey, watching the Cowboys watching the Cowboys play. Sorry, I didn't say that. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and I would argue that a lot of people probably don't throw a 5K on there, but I would also argue that they should. Because as I was telling you, 5K morning on a turkey trot, I'm usually mad when I get up in the morning. I don't want to go do a 5K right now. It's early, it's cold, whatever. I'm driving over there, I'm mad. I'm standing out there seeing all these college kids show up all fast. I'm mad. Until the event starts, and I actually run the 5K, and it's over. And then I'm super, super glad that I did that. And it just seems to set the tone for the whole day. And everything seems, after you go and run a 5K, you can excuse the pumpkin pie, the pecan pie, the extra serving of turkey, all of that stuff. And so, and I don't know, there's just something, of all the 5Ks I do, all the whatever, there's just something different about a turkey trot, And so I'm excited that you guys are doing this. Where's this event located at?
Patriot Park. Which is the old Saxett Lakes.
Yes, sir. And I definitely want to thank County Commissioner Gary Burns. I know he's helped you guys out on trying to keep the park up and ready and just making sure you guys had the assistance you needed to get that park going. Patriot Park's a good one to run at, too. I think it's a little gym that a lot of people forget that we have out there. And it's the last time I did a turkey trot was at Patriot Park out there. And it's a cool place. It gets you out of the normal routines of the normal 5Ks here in town. It gives you a little different obstacle. For people that want to participate, how can they do so? I know, sorry, I asked you a question, but I know we got a long website here. I'm not expecting you to memorize that. But in general, where can people go to find the information on the tickets and stuff?
Our Facebook page, which is Victoria Road Runners Association page. And then we have the links to Run Sign Up, which is where you'll sign up.
Gotcha. And you guys are also very responsive to messages too. So if somebody, if they're like me and they struggle finding their way through Facebook or doing anything online because I'm dumb at that stuff, I can just shoot you guys a message and say, hey, I need help. I want to run in this 5K. Guide me in the right direction. You guys would be all over it.
Yeah, we have multiple people that actually answer those. So
good deal.
We answer it as a very generic thing, and that's why we're able to answer it so fast. So.
Good deal. Well, you guys do a great job at that.
Thank you.
So we can go to your page and we can get signed up there. What am I forgetting to tell people? What time this thing starts? Race start at 7:30, 07:30.
That's correct. There is no packet pickup.
Okay.
Packet pickup is you come and get your bib before the race starts.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. So, is this run on your own pace, chip timed?
It is chip timed.
Outstanding.
But again, run at your own pace.
Yeah, and and that's a good thing. That's a good thing to point out is you don't have to get out there and set a land speed record when you go out or set a personal record.
That's right.
You can go out there with your friends and walk the whole thing if you want to. And I would argue that's just as you're off the couch.
Yes.
You're off the So you lap the guy that's still laying in bed that morning, and so. Man, this is awesome. Victoria Area Roadrunners Association, Turkey Trot. Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving morning, Patriot Park, 0730 race time, no bibs or no package pickup. You will get them the morning of the event. So make sure you allow, don't be like me cruising in at 7:29.
That's correct.
Trying to hit it.
Come early.
Come early and bring a friend. And now let me ask you this: can they, if I thought I was going to be out of town Friday and then my plans change and turns out, Thursday, and turns out I'm going to be here. I got left on Thanksgiving, and I want to do this at the last minute.
Yep.
Can I show up the day of with no warning to you guys and try to sign up and do this?
Yes, you can.
Roger that.
Yep.
Perfect.
Bring cash.
Yes, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And so, outstanding. Well, my brother, thank you again. Thank you for doing this. Running is something I enjoy. I can still get lost in a run, and so I appreciate you guys sharing this with people.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something? I cut you off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was trying to think about one thing I could tell people, that are, apprehensive about running and all that kind of thing. And run to where you can carry on a conversation.
Yes, sir.
If you're running harder than that, you're doing too much.
Yes, sir. No,
so it just makes it enjoyable.
That's great. And I will tell you that every one of these things that I've taken a friend to and actually just slowed down and enjoyed that time with them out there instead of trying to win or something like that. Yeah. I've almost had more fun, and so if you're competitive and you want to run for time, show up and run for time, get it, go after that PR. But also, if you just want to go out there and bond with a buddy or a friend and for a good cause, this is it. And so, thank you, my friend. Thank you guys for all putting in. I know this is a lot of work, and so thank you for doing so. Is there anything you guys need from the community before I let you go?
If somebody wants to volunteer, just message us on Facebook.
And you guys are always accepting new members too, aren't you?
All the time.
Outstanding. And so, because y'all do like group runs and stuff, right?
Yes, we do. Three times a week. Yeah.
Outstanding. Well, guys, make sure you check them out. Let's take a final break real quick, and we'll come back with our last guest.
I'm David Murphy with Chick-fil-A Victoria. Chick-fil-A made its debut in Victoria, Texas way back in 1980 with our first restaurant in Victoria Mall. 20 years later, our first freestanding location opened at Whispering Creek. Fast forward another 20 years and our licensed location opened inside the UHV University Commons. Next is our biggest endeavor yet, a massive new restaurant taking up an entire city block on Rio Grande. When it opens, we will have grown our Chick-fil-A Victoria family from 20 team members back in 1980 to more than 250 dedicated and caring people who are proud to serve our guests and community by building lasting relationships and creating unforgettable experiences. It is our pleasure to serve you, Victoria.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Chick-fil-A studios. We are with our final guest, and I'm excited for this one. I think all of Victoria County, there's a lot of people excited for this gentleman and more importantly for the kind of animal services as a whole in the community. Victoria, we've had some ups, we've had some downs, but I think a lot of us have hearts for animals, and we are excited to see some new changes coming, and we want to make sure we support that and get behind it. So before I talk too much, I will go ahead and let our next guest introduce himself and who he is here with, my friend.
I'm Mark Sloat. I'm the Director of Animal Services at Victoria County, which has actually just had a name change, so it's Victoria County Animal Services.
Yes, sir, and the name change is kind of going to incorporate, I don't want to say a philosophy change, but just a whole change in general. Where the rebranding of animal control is a lot more than a name, I think, is what you're hoping to bring to Victoria and really a fresh start. For those that don't know you, let's hear a little bit about your background that got you to this point. How did you end up sitting here in Victoria as the new director out there?
Well, it started actually in 1985. My wife brought home a dog. We lived in a county that had no animal services. So our option from the sheriff's department at that time was either keep it or shoot it. That didn't set well with us. We'd come out of a metro area, Minneapolis, St. Paul, where you had all those services. And about a week later, we saw an ad in the paper. Some ladies were putting together a little what they call kitchen table rescue, and we were in. So, within a week, we were part of that group, and we ended up housing dogs for that group. We had property, we had some land, we had the craziness to do it. You know, we were just a little bit touched, so we thought that was a good idea to have 30, 40 dogs on our property.
I was gonna say, it always starts with one, too,
Right.
doesn't it?
and that blossomed into eventually, you know, people moved away or passed away, and we ended up running our own dog rescue for 24 years, just a private nonprofit, and then I ended up doing contract animal control for the county I lived in. Fast forward to 2012, I started working, moved to Texas to get out of the cold in Minnesota, and since 2012, I've worked for Austin Animal Services. I was a director last 7 or 8 years. I was a manager, I should say, of animal protection, the intake, and the outreach teams.
Outstanding. Well, I know you came and you spoke a while back here, and I sadly I had to miss that. My son had a seizure that day, and I wasn't able to go. But I know the buzz on the street that is everybody was really excited to have you come in, because it, you know, like I said, there's been some struggles in our animal world here in Victoria and stuff, but like we talked about a little bit off air, I would say that there is also just a ton of people here that are willing to just, you know, like I said, drive to Alaska to help you deliver a dog if that's what's needed. And you know, there's a lot of passion that runs very deep in the animal rescue world. And one of the things that I've heard is people, you know, talking about you coming in, is you had a good way of putting a lot of these people on the same page and getting us to where we're working parallel with each other, and all of us heading in the same general direction and all of that. And so I know as a community, we're very excited to have you come in. And I know as a community, there's a lot we need to do as well to improve and to get better to help these animals. And I think it's important for people to understand that this is not an overnight process either. And that's something that I think is hard for people to swallow, but you know, to have reasonable expectations, you can set reasonable goals. And you know, I know that me, for example, something that's always bothered me is, you know, we had a high euthanization rate out there and stuff. And I want to make clear to people that that's not going to go down to zero overnight. That's not going to go away, but we can start chipping away at these things. And maybe getting a little deep here, but where is a community, where would you like to start where we can help, or where we can show our support, or where we can start moving in lockstep? What would you like to see from us to get this ball rolling to help out? Sure.
So there's a couple aspects of that. As you said, it's not going to be overnight. They have made great strides in euthanizing less animals. We're at about 74% live outcome right now, which is quite a bit higher. The problem is, because we're trying not to kill animals just for space, we need the public to stop bringing us animals that shouldn't be in the shelter. So one of the ways the general public can help is not bring us their neighbor's dog. If you see your neighbor's dog out running loose, instead of bringing it to us, call us and tell us, hey, you know, Mr. Shaw's dog is out loose again. We'd gladly go to your house, put your dog up, and make contact with you to help you figure out why your dog keeps getting loose. Sometimes people don't know their dog's running loose. Some people can claim ignorance. They didn't know it wasn't supposed to be loose. And we just want to help them. And that's more of an engagement-based approach, kind of a problem-solving approach to animal protection, animal control. So instead of bringing us animals thinking it's safer for them there, actually, if you just quite often make them a little uncomfortable, the dog will go home, and you know right where it lives. But on the other side of the coin is the animal rescues, the local animal advocates, those that feel like they have a voice for the animals, even if they're not part of a rescue, but maybe they have ability to help fund things. I'll be bringing them together in the near future as soon as we set a date, and I've invited all of them in. We're going to sit down. I need to know what their capacities are. I need to know what their specialties are, you know, if it's a breed special or whatever, and then we're going to look at what their commitment to helping us can be. And I'll probably hold some accountable. We've got some big players that help a lot. They pull hundreds of animals, and those are super helpful. And then we've got some that, you know, maybe they can only pull 1 or 2 dogs a year, but my wife and I have a spot for old animals and those that are dying. So I've done hospice care through Austin. Austin Animal Center has a hospice care fostering program. So, you know, these are animals maybe they can't afford to adopt because they have medical needs, end-of-life stuff, or cancer. But if we could set up a program where somebody would be willing to pay for some of those ongoing pain med needs and whatnot, that's a wonderful way for a dog to end his life, is having a family. So
those, I'm very partial to those myself.
Well, and that's a high kill rate in our shelter because we don't have the funding for it. We don't have a veterinarian on staff, so we're really limited on how much we can help some of those animals. But that's where I'm going to be asking these groups as we sit down and come together, and as people say, we all have the same mission, but we might have a different way of getting there. We might have a different path to get to where we're going, but I don't want the infighting. I don't want the arguing. I want people to build together. You know, what if one rescue pulls 200 dogs and one only pulls 3 a year? I'm okay with that. I just need to know what they can do. And so that's part of what we'll be doing on that aspect. And then on the public part, like with bringing in strays that need to be there, it's just going to be a lot of educational stuff. There's going to be a lot of, you know, retraining officers too as to how they respond to stuff, to go in looking at solving a problem instead of just ending the problem. Statistically in Austin, I had 3 years of data. Animal control officers were required, if they pushed a dog home or got it home in the field, they had to tell me where it was when they started and how far from home. 41% were in front of their house.
Wow.
That's out of 3 years of data. So you're looking at, you know, almost 1,000 dogs a year that we RTO, and then 84% were within 500 feet of their house. So you think of the average city, even Victoria, 500 feet is what, 3 or 4 houses away?
Yeah.
Or through the backyard. Microchipping is huge. We charge $10 a microchip. It's $20 a day if we pick up your dog plus the impound fee, so it's a lot cheaper to have a microchip. We're not going to charge you if we bring your dog home. You know, if we scan it in the truck and we take it home, you know, that's a win for everybody.
And we just had, not to cut you off, we just, we come from a wiener dog family. We had a bunch of weenie dogs, and we had just lost our last one after 18 years. And we were sitting outside in the yard talking about, we don't know if we're ready for weenie dogs again. And I literally look over, and out of nowhere is a senior weenie dog that had just walked up and sat next to me. And it just shocked me that and this little guy, turned out he was almost blind, almost deaf, yet he traveled over a mile across some busy roads and walked up into my yard. And we got him scanned, and he had a microchip. It was updated, and we were able to find his owner, and it turned out to be an elderly lady that sadly she didn't know he had gotten out. But it ended up as a positive because of the microchipping, and that worked, and it saved that animal's life and got him home, and so we had a recent successful win because of microchipping, and it's just an important thing. And so, man, I'm really excited. I know I want to have you back as you start to get your feet underneath you and start figuring things, and as you start to progress, I want to just make it very clear to the public, to everybody that you have our support, and we are excited to work with you in the future. We're excited to see change. Again, I want everybody to be realistic, to understand that while progress has already been made, this is an uphill thing. Like any type of change, you know, it's going to require time. There's going to be a filling out process. There's going to be all of that. But the excitement level is there, and the commitment is there, and you know, and I want to compliment some of your people like Scott that have been there, who's with me. He's always gone above and beyond, and there's been several times when he's texted me off the deal and been like, "Hey man, there's this dog that needs this. I know this is a weird thing, but this has happened, and I just want to see this dog get helped. Can we?" Yes, and we just, you know, and thank you, you know, because a lot of times people, you know, I say this all the time, but you think you're rescuing a dog and they end up rescuing you.
Exactly.
And it, you know, rescues are just something special, and we owe them that. And I see so much of Victoria, you know, they're very hung up on this dog park, and they want this dog park, and they whatever. Well, I've always said, you know, why don't we do the dog park after we have animal services on their feet and where they need to be, and all of that. And but I think this is awesome that we can have both now, and all of that. And so that was a really long way of saying welcome to Victoria.
Appreciate it.
We're excited to have you, and I look forward to working with you. For those rescues that you mentioned, I know I saw that Facebook post that you guys have where you're trying to meet with everybody and get going. How would you like for them to contact you? Or if, let's say I'm somebody, like I'm not in a rescue, or because I'm not, but you know, my intention, I was gonna go knock on the door and come in there and just introduce myself and offer my services and volunteer for you guys. Do you still like people to come out and say hi, introduce themselves, volunteer? Do you guys, do you need extra help from the community in that aspect, as like volunteers and stuff? Or are you, where I'm going with that is we used to, like back in the day when it would get cold, we would go take tarps out there and help you guys tarp the walls and, you know, all this stuff. But that was before the heaters, I guess. But but it was still a community thing. Like we showed up and there'd be 15, 20 of us out there putting tarps up. Do y'all still need that type of stuff? Or is it more just, hey, let us know when you're there and we'll call on you if you need you? How can we best help?
So right now, I think we're pretty set at the shelter. We've got the staffing we need. Anybody's welcome to come out anytime. I'm happy to give tours and talk about what we're doing and some of the changes. What we're looking at right now is trying to gather some stuff for the community. Scott was at a homeless coalition thing yesterday, and so we know the homeless people live it's getting cold. They need some help with some food, maybe some straw, maybe blankets or coats for their dogs. So we'll be doing some of that stuff. We just had some wonderful people drop off a whole bunch of blankets for us. We use them in the shelter, and we can wash them and launder them. But if people are using a blanket in a doghouse, it doesn't last very long because they get damp. So we recommend straw or hay in the doghouses. So things like that. If people have an item like that, we're happy to take it and we can distribute it where it needs to go.
Yeah, he helped me out. He picked up, I bought a couple trailers worth of straw, and Scott went and picked it up for me and drove it because I couldn't pull it with what I had, and so he took care of that for me. And yeah, it was we warmed a lot of dogs because of his kindness and willing to help. And so yeah, well, we will make sure that we get out there and we support you. And anything I'm forgetting before I let you go, my brother?
Just try to take care of your pets, keep them inside, keep them warm, get them microchipped, and do what we can do to save all these pets.
Yes, sir. Well, Mark, I'm excited to have you here, brother. I'm excited. We'll talk more, but I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to saving some animals here. And so, Thank you for having the kindness to. I think having a heart for animals helps drive that, and so thank you, because I also know that there's a lot of hurt that I'm partial to the old and broken ones myself, and it those anyway we share a lot of that, and thank you, because there's a lot of nights when you just hold a senior animal and they take their last one, but they were loved and they were held, and so I'm getting emotional. We're gonna let you go on that note, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you in a couple weeks, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.